That was an improvement over last year, when 64 people were shot and 7 of them fatally wounded. The summer months are usually the most violent, and the holiday weekend was seen as a harbinger. "Let's not throw a parade yet," said a priest who leads a Southside parish. "To say we're better than last year is good, but last year was disastrous." 3. Manuel Noriega, the brash former dictator of Panama and sometime ally of the U.S., died at 83. He was remembered for brandishing a machete while making defiant nationalist speeches and living a lavish life off of drug trade riches. Those ties to drug trafficking prompted his ouster in 1989 in what was then the largest American military action since the Vietnam War. Mr. Noriega was later convicted of murder, embezzlement, and corruption. 4. Islamic State militants bombed a popular ice cream shop in central Baghdad as families celebrating Ramadan strolled about. The bombing killed 17 people and left 32 others wounded, according to the authorities. Of the victims, 3 were children, ages 4, 6, and 8. "This ice cream shop has been a place for all Iraqis, no matter where they are from," the store manager said. "It was turned from a very beautiful place into a dark hell after the attack." 5. A new study compared kindergartners who had gone to preschools with an academic focus with those who went to play-focused programs. By the end of kindergarten, the children who had received academic preparation were significantly ahead of their peers. But don't put away the Legos just yet. Some parents are concerned about putting too much pressure on little kids. Above, a pre-K class in New York City. 6. Why does beauty exist? That's the question at the heart of a new book about how birds and other animals choose their mates. Richard Prum, a scientist at Yale, is challenging his colleagues to re-examine their thinking on how evolution influences sex selection. He says female birds do consider aesthetics when choosing mates, and not just because they might signal physical fitness. "Freedom of choice matters to animals," he said. "We've been explaining away desire rather than actually trying to understand or explain it." Above, a bird of paradise. 7. It's the 50th anniversary of the release of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The album has been the object of adoration and revulsion, called the most important rock and roll album ever made and a wrong-headed coup against real rock and roll. The Times famously panned it as busy, hip and cluttered. "It's a good time to free Sgt. Pepper from the burden of either forecasting rock's eclectic future or pointing toward a fussy dead end," our music critic wrote in a re-examination of the album's legacy. 8. Ramadan, the Muslim holy month, has begun. For the next month, many of the world's 1.8 billion Muslims will fast during daylight hours. Fasting is strenuous, but it's an act of devotion during a month filled with festive gatherings and acts of charity. And for home cooks, it's a time to shine. Our food writer spoke to some with family roots in Lebanon, Pakistan and beyond about their most cherished recipes for Ramadan gatherings. Above, a semolina cake called Namara. It's been nearly 15 months since the last batch of episodes. In case you're fuzzy on where things left off, we've put together a cheat sheet on where the show put every major player at the end of season 4. Above, Robin Wright and Kevin Spacey as Claire and Frank Underwood. 10. Finally, what can save you money, make you more fit, decrease your carbon footprint and absolve snack-related guilt? Biking to work. But it can be a complicated endeavor, full of potential road and wardrobe hazards. That's why we put together this beginner's guide. It covers everything from choosing a bike and other gear to how to stay safe, calm and even presentable. The most important thing? Go easy on yourself. Remember that there's no rule that you have to ride fast or do it every day. Photographs may appear out of order for some readers. Viewing this version of the briefing should help. Your evening briefing is posted at 6 p.m. Eastern. And don't miss your morning briefing posted weekdays at 6 a.m. Eastern and your weekend briefing posted at 6 a.m. Sundays. Want to look back? Here's Friday night's briefing. What did you like? What do you want to see here? Let us know at briefing@nidams.com. Continue reading the main story.